Hello everyone, my name is Siddharth and here I'll be discussing about BPDU card. So let's start. First of all, what is BPDU guard? BPDU guard feature is used to protect the layer 2 spanning tree protocol, that is STP, topology from BPDU related attacks. It is a feature that protects the port from receiving STP BPDUs. However, the port can transmit STP BPDUs. When a STP BPDU is received on a BPDU guard enabled port, the port is shut down and the state of the port changes to error disable state. The port remains in this state until the port status is manually changed by using the configuration command shut followed by no shut applied on the interface. This feature must be enabled on a port that should never receive a BPDU from its connected device. In most deployments, BPDU guard feature is configured over the port fast enabled STP ports, but in this implementation, the BPDU guard feature can be enabled on any of the STP ports with port fast feature being enabled on these ports. Next, if a switch port which is configured with spanning tree protocol, that is STP port fast feature, it must be connected to an end device, for example workstation, server, printer, etc. Now let's see a practical example where BPDU guard comes in use. So here in the first picture we have got our switches up at the top are configured with port fast, and we expect normally that it would be end host that get plugged in there, but probably what happened was for some part of a building there were not enough wall ports, so a user has come in with their own switch and they've plugged that into two different wall ports in that part of the office to get more ports for the additional users. By doing that, they've formed a loop and now you're going to get a broadcast wrong. It's dangerous enabling port forced, therefore we need to take some mitigation against this kind of problem happening, and that is where BPDU guard comes in. You can enable BPDU guard on the same interfaces where you enabled port fast. Then if a BPDU is received, the port will be shut down. And in the second picture, we can see that when switches come online, they send BPDUs at all ports to build the spanning tree. So if you do a plug switch into a port, it will receive a BPDU on there, and this can allow you to switch to automatically shut down that port to prevent a loop from happening. Next, we'll look to the scenarios that are supported on the BPDU guard. BPDU guard features are applied at the port or interface level. These features can also be applied in the following scenarios. Number 1, RSTP and PVST modes. Number 2, SS and trunk ports. Number 3, physical and logical ports. In the global RSTP mode, there is only one RSTP instance running in the entire controller. If the port that is enabled with port fast and BPDU guard receives any STP BPDU, it will affect all the ports as the global RSTP runs on a port basis. In the PVST mode, there can be multiple instances of RSTP running as they are based on per VLAN. Though it is based on per VLAN, it will still behave in the same way as it does in the global RSTP mode. For example, if there are 5 VLANs and each VLAN has a separate RSTP instance running, then any STP BPDU received on any of these 5 ports affects all ports. If an STP BPDU is received from any of the 5 RSTP instances running, the port that is enabled with the BPDU guard shuts down and goes to error disable state. In the other words, both port fast and BPDU guard features are applied on a port basis for both global RSTP and PVST modes, even though the PVST runs on a per VLAN basis. And above that, the BPDU guard features can be applied either independently or together. Next, we'll see how we can enable and disable BPDU guard. The port fast feature is configured on an individual port, and the portfast BPDU guard option is configured either globally or on a per port basis. When you disable portfast on a port, portfast BPDU guard becomes inactive. The port configuration overrides the global configuration unless the port configuration is set to default. If the port configuration is set to default, the global configuration is checked. If the port configuration is enabled, the port configuration is used and the global configuration will not be used. So we can enable and disable the BPDU guard using the following command that is in the slide, that is set span tree portfast BPDU guard mod or port, and then the function which we need to perform, that is either enable or disable. And also to verify the BPDU guard setting, we can use the command that is show span tree 7. Next, we'll be seeing the traffic flow when the BPDU guard is enabled or disabled. If a BPDU guard is ever heard on a portfast port, superior or not, and BPDU guard is enabled, the port is put in error disabled state or shut down depending how BPDU guard is configured. If enabled globally, the port is put in shutdown state. If enabled per instance basis, the port is put in error disable state. In any case, error disable recovery must be done either manually or through error disable recovery timeouts. The first image shows the traffic flow when the BPDU guard is enabled, while the second image shows the traffic flow when the BPDU guard is disabled. Also, BPDU guard should never be implemented on uplink ports where root bridge is located. In case of multiple uplinks, BPDU guard must be disabled to accept legitimate BPDUs. And at last, we'll be seeing the practical implementation of BPDU guard. Here, we have a perfectly working spanning tree topology. By default, spanning tree will send and receive BPDUs on all interfaces. In this example, we have a computer on the FA02 interface of SW2. Someone with curious hostile intentions could start a tool that generates BPDUs with a superior bridge ID. So what will happen is that our switches will behave that the root bridge can now be reached through SW2 and we'll have a spanning tree recalculation. This doesn't sound like a good idea. Here's what could go wrong. One could even do a man-in-the-middle attack without anyone knowing. Imagine I connect my computer to two switches. If I become the root bridge to any any of the computer, all the traffic from SW1 to SW3 towards SW2 will flow through me. I'll run Wireshark and wait till the magic happens. We can use BPDU guard to prevent this from happening, as it will block BPDUs. BPDU guard will ensure that when we receive a BPDU on an interface, that the interface will go into the error disable mode. So that's it for the day. Thank you.